But it's about to get a little spice here. We have myself, Radar, and Dobie.
What's up, gang?
Coming in for the last top 6 of the Tournament of Champions of Vancouver. I'm very, very excited to see how this event will play out. In particular, I'm pretty sure we saw Webwipe beat SB, if I recall correctly.
Yes, that's true.
And
which was kind of an upset at this tournament. We wouldn't normally see that here in BC, but it's very exciting.
Yeah, no, it was a bit of an upset. I know Elliot was like, oh, I wanted to play SB. Not because necessarily he, like a character thing, but just he just kind of, that was his preference. So similarly, I saw Kyle, or Webwipe, posted, I don't know if it was on Twitter or where it was, but he basically said, like, looking forward to playing another tournament where I lose to Elliot.
Oh, yeah, because he just got a new controller. That's what happened. Yeah, he posted a picture. He said, can't wait to lose to Elliot with this bad boy.
Exactly. That's what it was. Yeah.
So we'll see if the prophecy comes true.
Yeah, so I think it should be interesting. This is a matchup that I like to talk about, like to commentate, because I am a former Puff player and I am a current Falco player.
Oh, excellent. So a huge line of thought among a lot of Falco players is that this matchup is, Falco wins the matchup, but it's so hard that they may as well just play Fox. As a Falco main, what do you think of that?
I think it's stupid as hell. Honestly, actually, when I used to play Puff, people would counterpick Fox all the time. I would love it. Because it's like they'd always play their shitty Fox instead of just playing Falco against me. And their Fox was always like, it was just worse.
Yeah,
and so it'd be
unless your Fox is as good as your Falco, right? Then it's not worth it, really.
That's the thing, is it's like, so like the main differences in the matchup are like, you have your lasers function in a very different way, obviously. Beyond that, you have much more reliable kill setups. But like the neutral is still pretty different. The height of Falco's full hop makes it so that he controls vertical space in a way that's like very oppressive, I would say, in the matchup, if you know how to use it. Like right now, you can see even at this positioning, Falco can kind of like chase Jigglypuff in a way that really no other character can. His full hop is like quite a bit higher than Fox's actually.
Right, she can float right above Fox's full hop, and that makes him commit to a double jump or something like that, but she's still not that far away. But if you're outspacing Falco full hop, you're way too far away.
Yeah, like it's like he doesn't need to commit his double jump, which is, I think, a thing that, this is the problem with whenever people discuss matchups. Beautiful shot, by the way. Not gonna make it back, though.
I've died by Webwipe so many times like that. That was an excellent escape option.
I was playing him earlier today. He was just freaking stomping on me, man. It was rough. I think like you mentioned earlier when we were talking about doubles that like he has a style that's like not very rest heavy.
Yes.
It's interesting. He like the way it felt when I was playing him. Beautiful nair, by the way. The awareness to know that that was the kill confirm off of the dare. Really, really smart by Elliot. But yeah, it's like he would kind of, not so much set up a wall, but set up a space, and Puff is really good at this, where it was like, if you try to contest this space, you will just get like 3%. I'll get 3% off you. You know, like, if you try to come in on me, I'll take a couple back airs. I'll take a couple forward airs. Maybe I'll do a couple nairs. And it's just like, choosing not to engage in those spots is so important.
Of course. And you were also mentioning, too, difference between Falco and Fox lasers. I love Falco laser in this matchup. Jigglypuff loves to turn her back against you, spam back airs, huge disjointed hitbox. But as soon as you snipe her with a laser, it turns her around in air and messes up a lot of her options right there. Absolutely.
It's funny because this is a matchup where lasers, when they are relevant, are really, really important. And then in other situations, they're really not that relevant. So for example, like on the ground, of course, laser's really, really useful. When Puff is coming, say, down from a platform, a laser can be a good way to kind of contest certain space. But like if we watch this game and we look at like how many times are we actually seeing laser like really, it won't be that much, like once, twice, and then he goes for like, you know, a lot of zoning aerials. And then all of a sudden when we're on the ground, like what we were just there, we start to see more of it.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to keep Puff pinned with lasers.
Exactly.
You're still controlling space, but she's just a lot more fluid.
Absolutely. So I think like it's interesting. I made a video recently about like what are Falco's best moves, and some people were saying like I think laser is his best move.
Yeah.
I really don't think at all. I think it's actually like
laser forces a mix-up, and it's your job to make that mix-up favorable.
Well, it's like, I think it's like, yeah, but I think if you compare it to something like a down air or a back air, like a full hop back air, a full hop down air, really, really, really hard to deal with in the matchup. Down air, very, 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 very solid in this matchup, in all matchups, basically, in terms of punish. Whereas lasers are just like, they're an enhancer, you know? They're like kind of a boost to everything. They add layers of mix-ups. But like, if he didn't have down air, what would he do with that mix-up, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I see, I see.
But we've been talking about Falco, and what we haven't been talking about is how close this game is.
Yeah, this is nuts. We've got our last stock apiece.
Did Elliot take game 1? Yes, right? No, or is this the first game?
That's a good question.
I feel like this was the first game, right?
I thought this was the first game. Anyone in chat, please help us out. I swear this is the first game.
Yeah, it's not. So here's another thing, you know, we're talking about matchup stuff. I think it is game 2, okay.
Oh, wow.
All right, so one of the things that is kind of interesting about this matchup as well is like,
Elliot won game 1. Oh my gosh, we've been talking, haven't we?
Yeah, we just he just kind of breezed right by us. But one of the things that's interesting about this matchup is just that lose my train of thought. Counter picks matter so much, like so much. And I think in general, yeah, Dreamland is one of those stages that like actually not so bad for Falco because of laser control. Ooh,
I love this stage in this matchup. It sucks that Jigglypuff lives so long. You kind of have to choose when you're going for a kill move a little bit more carefully. But it gives you so much space to work with. And Jigglypuff, she loves to float around and be sneaky, but she's just not that quick. So I think Falco can make excellent use of this stage.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they're like, you know, a lot of the, for me, you know, beautiful sequence, by the way, from Elliot. This is one of those matchups where, like, when you're on, like, a Yoshi's and you can get the really early kills, that's very valuable. But when you have to, like killing at, say, 100 and killing at 90 is not the biggest difference for me. Or even, like, 85 and 100, which is, like, kind of like the Dreamland difference, like 15, 20%. It's not the worst thing, you know? If you have space, beautiful shielding, by the way, staying patient, not forcing a situation where Jigglypuff can get a huge opener, and misses the forward air, too.
Lucky enough to get the reverse forward air.
Oh, he rates the roll, but doesn't actually get the spacing correctly.
Here we go, that should be it. Nice.
But yeah, so I don't know, like, sorry, losing train of thought, checking Twitch chat, but so far I think Elliot is playing this very, very, very well. One thing also worth pointing out, speaking to Webwipe about this earlier, is Webwipe said, like, honestly, up throw, up air with Falco, he is like just terrible at dealing with it. And it's obviously a combo that we know really, really well with Fox, but it actually can be pretty good, especially if they're not hitting the DI correctly, which apparently Kyle's just like, I just can't do it. So.
Yeah, if you DI too far left or right and you completely miss the lasers, then that becomes actually very easy for Falco to follow up if those lasers miss. And even then, you can kind of figure out which way they might be sent by the lasers. It's actually a really weird thing. Falco will shoot 3 lasers up in the air, and each of them have different properties that are different depending on the character that he throws. So, you know, for example, the first one might send to the left, the second one might send to the right, and the third laser would send to whichever direction you are on the side of the laser, kind of like Falco's Shine. So it's a weird thing where you've got to memorize a lot of different things if you actually do hit the lasers with the up throw. But it is reliable, a lot more reliable than previously thought.
Well, I think also the fact that, as far as I'm aware, it is a weight-based throw, and whenever you have a character as light as Jigglypuff, those throws happen so quick. It's kind of like the same as like when Jigglypuff up throws a Spacey or something. It's like such a quick throw. It's like both the throw animation and the fact that like it's like weight-based means that when you up throw like a Bowser, sure, you have quite a lot of time, but like it's happening really quick if you're a Puff player.
That's true, that's true. So here we are. Webwipe on his last stock. It could be the last stock of the set. Oh no, gets hit by side B. Lucky enough to get back.
I love that tomahawk grab. Gets the down air too, zoning him out so well. How does he get off the ledge? Oh, rips it a little bit early.
Elliot just gives him space, tries to rip it.
You know, I don't mind that beautiful nair, by the way. Again, recognizing the percents, knowing that he's in the corner. If he gets a nair, knocks him off and will kill rather than going for a down air or something that's a bit safer, you know, a zoning tool. So really good stuff to Elliot. That was a 3-0.
That's excellent, yeah. And you don't want to be messing with Puff too much off stage. That's exactly what she wants to do, where she wants to get you, right? Especially if she's trying to make a comeback.
I will say that Kyle looking like a bit of a prophet with his controller post, you know?
Yeah, how did he know?
How did he know that he was going to lose to Elliot?
Yeah, potential throw there.
Yeah. So, what matchup do we have next? We'll be looking at the bracket.
Somewhere around here.
Yeah, unfortunately, don't have access to it quite yet. But in the meantime, I'm definitely interested to see how far Elliot gets. I think that's one of the things that, as a spectator, I'm pretty curious about. Of course, Sunsei, I assume, has been doing well so far. I saw him warming up and playing people in the back. But yeah, while we have a bit of downtime, again, good to sort of shout out the sponsors. Thank you to Red Bull for kind of making this event happen to some degree. And of course, shout outs to Gallant Gaming for just being such a force, especially during the online era in terms of events. The GMO, which is Gallant Melee Opens, have been freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I hope they come back, honestly. I think like with COVID stuff, like...
Yeah, Gallant Melee Open, I think we are definitely going to have a fall and winter